Today, we're going to be brutally honest. Your swing is not the reason you suck at golf. It's the decisions and habits you bring to the course. So here are 5 brutal reasons you suck at golf, and more importantly, how to fix them. Let's hop into it. So today's video, 5 brutal reasons why you suck at golf. First one is you don't come to the course with a plan. You just get up and hit it. You just look out to the middle of the fairway and think you're magically gonna hit it down the fairway. Let's see how that goes. Oh! Right into the water. Now, if I had a plan and I came out to the course, like with the app from Swingwise, this is how you should play the hole. First off, not a driver. We got a lot of wind. It's normally a 3-wood, but since there's a lot of wind behind us, we're gonna take a 5-wood. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a solid aiming point that we found out with our plan. And for this hole, it's to aim towards that bridge over there off in the distance. I've got a club that won't get into the creek and a very reliable club that will go about 230, 235, maybe a little bit longer with this wind, and we'll still have like a sand wedge in. So let's see how we do. All right, not our best shot, but we're also not in the water, and we're in position to get on the green in regulation. So here we are, we went in the water, we took our drop. We're now laying 3 with the no plan ball. We've got 136. I'm gonna hit a pitching wedge. Pitching wedge goes about 140, the pin's on the front. Seems like it makes a good idea to hit it, so let's see how we finish the rest of the hole with the no plan ball. I think, did I go to the bunker or the water? You know, I just got up there, tried to hit it right at the flag, and then I pull hooked it into the bunker or maybe even the water again. Let's hop on over and check out the ball that we hit with a plan and see what we do from there. All right, so this is the ball we hit with a plan. So we didn't hit a great shot, but we're still in position to get on the green. We're in the rough, but it's sitting fine. We've got about 110 in. Front pin position is kind of a sucker pin. So I'm gonna hit something that goes about 115, 120, just to make sure I get over all the danger. I'm actually gonna aim just where that pampas grass is left of the flag, just so I don't take it on directly and then I have more green to hit into. And that's exactly what the plan would be on the app, would tell me to hit to the fat part of the green, so we're gonna do that. Go! So, we didn't hit a great shot, but we're on the green in regulation. 2-putt, take our par and go to the next hole, hopefully. So this is with the plan ball. Went way left of the pin, but we're on the green. We've got about a 45, maybe even 50-foot putt. We're on the green, and we should be able to get this down in 2. See how we do. Might go in, Jen. Ring them up! Ring them up! All right, so this is the ball without a plan. We've kind of compounded the errors. So we hit one in the water. So that was 1. Drop 2, we lay 3. So we have to get this up and down for bogey. So I'm gonna see what I can do here. We're also short-sided, so that's not ideal, but let's see what we do out of the bunker. Oh, I'm just too good. Maybe I don't need a plan. All right, so we're here with the not a plan ball. Hit a really good sand shot out of there. Now let's see if we can minimize the damage and make a bogey here. Oh, look, there's another ball in there, Jen. Birdie, double. 3-stroke difference on this hole between the flying by the seat of your pants, no plan ball versus the plan ball. Hope you guys get the point. You just can't come out here and expect to hit straight down the middle, straight in the middle of the green. You have to look at what's in front of you and hit a wise shot into the green or a wise shot off the tee that increases your opportunity to hit the fairway and or the green. Reason number 2 you stink or suck at golf. You think you hit the ball further than you really do. You cannot let your ego get in the way of playing good golf. This hole's a par 3. There's no real easy miss other than online short or deep long left. The green is like 60 yards deep though, and the pin's in the front today. So it's 151. The pin is maybe 10, 15 feet off the front. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a 9-iron because my buddies hit their 9-iron 151 yards. That may or may not be right for me. Let's see what happens with the 9-iron versus my real 150 club, which is probably like an 8-iron. All right, Jen, what do you think? This is the exact number to get to the hole. I'm not paying attention to the fact that there's no room up front, but technically a good miss would be just short. All right, so that's what happens when you let your ego take over and hit the wrong club. I obviously didn't have enough distance to get there. I didn't hit it perfect, but I hit it where it should have gone the requisite distance for the club. I hit it a little thin, but usually a thin shot still goes the right distance for me. So let's try it again. The right shot, if I don't let the ego get in the way, is to try and hit my 8-iron 150, just nice and smooth. We're on the second hole today. I didn't hit but maybe 2 or 3 practice balls. I'm just not loose. We're gonna hit the 8-iron and see where that ends up. All right, Jen, what's the call here? Hole in one, change our lives. Come on! You like that? You like that, Kirk Cousins? Let's go! All right, so this is the ball that we hit 9-iron with and didn't get to the green. Actually, it's not a bad miss, but I think we'd rather be where the ball is, where we hit the right club, about 7 feet away from the pin. So here we go. Not too bad of a chip. See how we do. I'm just too good of a player, man. Too good. I was using what I would say is kind of a stock chip shot. You know, I do that every time if I can. There's ones where I've got more green to work with or I have a different method. You gotta have a method for each kind of shot. Sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. You need like maybe 2 different ways to chip and then maybe 2 to 3 different ways to get off the tee box. Honestly, looking at what you're hitting and will it really get there? And then you also have to maybe account for some allowances. Like if I miss it a little, like if it's a front pin, I don't want to be hitting the club that barely gets to the hole. I want to hit something that goes past the hole. So if I miss it a little bit, I'm still on the green, right? So see how we do with the ball where we didn't hit the right club off the tee. Ooh. All right. So that ball is a bogey. And actually, we're closer than I thought. It's about 4 feet, isn't it, Joe? Maybe 5, 4.5. Split the difference. All right, let's see if we can make a birdie with the 8-iron. That's -2 playing the right way. That's 2 of the 5 reasons you stink at golf. If you take my advice, you might be 2 under 2 after 2 holes. Brutal reason number 3 why you suck at golf. You hit the driver when you shouldn't hit your driver. And you might not even hit your driver good, but you lean on it all the time because that's what people do. We've got a par 5 here, about 500 yards. And yes, I can get to it in 2, but if I'm realistic, it only happens about maybe 20 to 25% of the time. I'm gonna show you what happens when you hit the driver when you shouldn't. All right, Jen, wind in our face, bullet or a bomb?
The wind is in our face. Don't we want to do a bullet?
We do, bullet. So we are gonna try and do one thing right, hit the right type of shot. But the fact that it's in our face makes it even less likely I can hit it far enough to get on in 2. And what you can't see from this angle is the fairway kind of snakes like this and then it pinches in when it snakes like that. So let's see if we can hit the fairway. Bullet it is. Oh, and the wind died down. We might get lucky. All right, that was right down Broadway because I'm just that good. These other guys aren't that good yet, so that's why they need to pay attention. And since I can't hit it in 2 most of the time, I play this hole with a 3-wood. So we're gonna hit a 3-wood out there, see where we end up. Since we're hitting 3-wood, we have a little bit different aiming point. We're gonna try and aim more at that big orchard tree because we're not gonna be scared about going past it. We're gonna try and hit a bullet with it too, Jen. Teed it low. All right, so right down Broadway, Jen, but we'd missed the fairway, but it's in a good spot still. There's a little light rough over to the right, so we'll be in great position to hit our layup shot and get on in 3. So this is where the correctly played shot where I didn't lean on the driver because I know it's just not realistic or the percentages are not in my favor to hit the green in 2 a lot on this hole. You'll see when we get further down there, there's like a creek up there. It's just not a very inviting green, so I'd rather be hitting like a 100-yard shot into that green. I think I have a better chance of making birdie that way, and my stats show that as well. I normally have like a 7 or 8-iron, but there's a little wind in our face. I'm just gonna hit a little punchy 6-iron down there. Should have about 100 yards in. Let's see what we can get on this hole. Need to keep that birdie streak alive on the good balls, right? Or the right way to play balls. Oh, look at that, Jen. That should be pretty good. We might have a little bit more than 100. I didn't clip it quite great. It should be right in the middle of the fairway or right side of the fairway. This is the ball where we hit driver, where we probably shouldn't have. We got pretty fortunate. I hit a good one. Got it low enough into the wind where it still rolled out a little bit. So we've got about 240 to the pin, about 210 to clear the creek, but really about 225 if I pull it left is the real cover distance. In the spirit of the guy who hits driver when he shouldn't, because he's got that ego where he wants to hit it, we're gonna go ahead and try and hit 3-wood onto the screen. Usually I would say it's not a great idea to do, so let's see what happens. Here we go. I might be good enough to pull this off though, Jen.
Oh my God!
What the hell? All right, lost ball. I think that's just what happens, man. Like you try to do something that you're not comfortable with. So I just kind of got a little geared up, and on the downswing, I swung too hard and stubbed it into the ground. That's why you won't see me hitting 3-woods into many greens. So we half shanked a 3-wood because we're not a comfortable shot for me from 235 into the wind. So it's marked lateral, so I'm just gonna drop a ball here and play out the rest of the hole, see how far we got. So we pretty much squandered a great looking drive. And now we're gonna have longer into the hole with a penalty shot than we do with our other ball up the fairway, another 60 yards. All right, so we got 183 into the wind. I'm gonna hit my 5-iron, see if we can't get this one on the green. And what are we? We went 1, 2, 3 drop. We get on 4, we can still make a bogey on the par 5, or even a par if we hit this tight. Oops. All right, so we're over. We just missed the green by, I don't know, maybe 25 yards right. Somehow off that above my feet lie, it cut on me. But you know, this is what you get when you hit the wrong club off the tee, then leads to a bad second shot. And then I've got a really long shot to get on in 4 with the penalty stroke. You're just bringing extra stress into your game that you don't need. We're all about what, Jen? Stress-free? Birdies!
Birdies.
And pars. Albatross. All right, the wind was way stronger than I thought. We've got about 148 to the pin, and it's still blowing pretty hard into our face. 148 into the pin. Normally it'd be about a 9-iron, but I'm gonna hit an 8-iron because of the wind. See how close we can get it. You know, the real goal here is anywhere on the green, obviously avoiding hitting into the creek in front of the green. Let's see what we do. All right. Gonna be on the green in the little swale. Not our best shot, but it was a safe shot, right? So I wanna make sure we got it somewhere near the green or on the green so we can get a little stress-free par, right? All right, so this is the ball where we played driver where we shouldn't. We then half shanked a 3-wood into the hazard. Believe we are line 5, so I need to jar this to get bogey. See what we do? All right, not too bad. I don't know if you can see at home or Jen can show you, there's a big dip in the green. So it's kind of a hard shot to get close. So we lay 5 on the bad ball. We're putting just off the green for a birdie on the properly played ball. This is gonna be a lot to keep the birdie streak alive with the right way to play. But we're about making pars, and birdies will happen when they happen. All right. Stress-free par, Jen. It's what we're teaching, how to make stress-free pars, right, Jen? Tap it in real quick. Stress-free par. We can't make this one with the bad ball. We're just a bit outside. Thought it was gonna come back. So we're gonna make another double. Playing the wrong way. Even though it started out as a very good shot off the tee when I shouldn't have hit driver. It's just that mindset of, I gotta be like the PGA pros and get on in 2 on these par 5s. This is exactly how it backfires on you. So be realistic in your game, get on in 3. Your scoring average on par 5s is gonna go way down and improve your scores. Reason number 4, you suck at golf. You have no stock chipping method. You just get up here and try and do it by feel, and you usually grab a lob wedge to hit the shot. I've got just maybe 8 feet to get onto the green, and then maybe another 35 feet to the pin. And so what you do is you take your lob wedge and think you're gonna hit a high spinning one right at the flag. See how we do doing that. Up. And it's not the club that will give you a consistent strike and get you closer to the hole most of the time. When you're here, what you should do, take something like your 9-iron. Oh, and the other thing I didn't mention is also hitting into the grain. So you got to check out your lie. It makes it really hard to get through it with a high lofted wedge when you're hitting into the grain. So I'm going to take a 9-iron. I'm going to just try and get it barely on the green. Hit it with like your putting stroke. So this isn't anything you need to learn. It's just rock your shoulders back and forward like you would with a putting stroke. See how we do with the right club. So I pulled that just a little bit, Jen, but look at that speed. So guys, when you're greenside, hit the appropriate shot for the situation you're in. I got a lot of green to work with. There's no reason to be trying to hit a lob wedge, even a sand wedge. Take like a 9-iron, pitching wedge, 8-iron, whatever you like. Get used to hitting it a little bit and see how far it rolls out. Also, it depends on your course, what the speed of the greens are. It just removes a lot of margin for error. On that shot, all I really did was go here and here. Everybody at home can do that. Do this and you'll improve your chipping and lower your scores. So reason 4, you have no short game method. That's why you suck. There's 2 parts to it. There's when you have a lot of green to work with like we just did. And now there's where I can't really do the bump and run because I'm about the same amount of feet to get to the green that I have to go to the hole. Now, most of y'all will do this number, take out your lob wedge again. You'll open up the face and think I gotta hit this perfect lob shot. Let's see how that goes. All right, that was actually probably better than most of you would do at home, but it's a much trickier shot to pull off. So what I would suggest you do, I'm a big fan of toe down chipping. I put the ball in the middle of my stance, heel up, and I, just like the bump and run, I'm gonna take the same kind of putting stroke. I'm just gonna rock my shoulders back and forth. I'm gonna try and hit it slightly off the toe of the club. And what you should see when I hit it, it'll come out kind of mid-flight, but it'll be kind of floating and it's not gonna run way past the pin. And it even had a little spin on it. That's what you need to do. It's only 2 stock shots. They're both like a putting stroke, just a little bit different position in your stance and a different method with the club. And then you could do it with your lob wedge, but I'd probably recommend doing it with your 54 or 56, whatever your sand wedge is, or maybe in a gap wedge if you're more comfortable with a gap wedge. Brutal truth number 5 of why you suck at golf is you just get up on every hole and don't pick a solid aiming point. When you do this, you're limiting the amount of fairway you can hit or the amount of safe zone you can hit into. Most people just get up here, they aim down the middle regardless of if they have a tendency to hit a fade or a draw, and they just think they're gonna hit a perfect shot down the middle. What that does is it only gives you from the middle to the right side of the fairway if you're a fader, or middle to the left side if you're a drawer of the ball. So you're basically giving you half amount of the window. I'm gonna get up here, aim down the middle, see where I go. Oh. And I cut it into the trees, it looks like. So the way you fix that is like you see on other channels, you play to your natural ball flight tendency. With my driver, I tend to hit a little bit of a cut shot. So what I'm gonna do to increase the width of my landing area is I'm gonna aim the beginning of the moon crater there. I'm gonna aim in the middle of there. So if I hit a cut shot, which I do like 80% of the time, it's just gonna cut back and it'll still most likely be in the fairway, because instead of having half the fairway, I've got about 3/4 of the fairway to play with. And there's gonna be a very unlikely chance that I'm gonna go far enough right to where I'm gonna be in the woods like the first ball. And the other thing I'm gonna do, since I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna set up on the right side of the tee box, which increases margin for error in the fairway. It opens everything up for me. All right, here we go, Jen. So I didn't even strike that very well. I hit a big banana slice with it, but it's on the right center of the fairway. I'm gonna be in great position on the next shot. We got 160, a little wind behind us. So you can see the one where we maximize the dispersion landing zone by aiming further left, because I fade the driver. We're right here on the right side of the fairway. We got a straight shot in. It's playing a little bit longer because the pin's in the back. It's 158 downhill. I'm gonna hit an 8-iron. And 158 with the slope. So let's see how we do. We hit it right. I think we just left of the pin, right? Good shot. Good shots happen when you're in position off the tee. Makes life a lot easier. Now let's go find the one where we didn't aim so great. So since we didn't maximize our landing zone with the way we aimed on the tee shot on this one, we ended up over here in the woods. Now, the right thing to do is hit a little punch shot, maybe towards that swash of fairway before the green. But since I don't pick good targets, I'm gonna aim there, but I'm gonna try and cut it onto the green, AKA the hero shot. So here's an extra bonus for the video. Brutal truth number 6, do not hit hero shots. So here we go. I'm just gonna try and punch a 7-iron and cut it around the trees through that alley and see if I can't get it on the green. Definitely not what I would do. Play it back in my stance. I'm gonna try and cut it through there, the low one.
Damn!
That might just be too good, Jen. So, I've been playing golf for 40 years. Sometimes I get really lucky. A little bit Irish in me. But I would not recommend that. I wouldn't try to do that. I just played my member guest last weekend. You know, if I'm the one, like if my partner's in his pocket, all I'm trying to do is punch it down there, maybe just short of the green so I can maybe get up and down from about 50, 60 yards. So I would have even taken like a 9-iron or something, just try to get it down there. But you know, sometimes you get lucky and this is what fools you. You think you can do it all the time. You can't. Brutal truth. Don't do that. So here's the ball we played correctly. We both thought it was up on that second tier. I can't find a ball mark anywhere, which is kind of odd. Anyway, we're on the green in 2. Got not too bad of a putt. We do have to go up to the second tier there, but it's kind of more straight on. The shot I don't advise hitting that I pulled off is gonna be a little bit trickier because I think the swale might make me aim further left that I can't get it really close to the hole, but we'll see when we get to that one. Here's the first ball, or the correctly played ball with a good aim point. See if we can make par here. Or birdie. Birdie, bring him up! Bring him up! Sorry, golf sidekick, but I'm the best putter on YouTube. That's 2 50-foot bombs in 7 holes. All right, see if we can do it with the incorrectly played ball from an alignment perspective. Although I'm gonna try and hit the right line. What we do have to take into effect, I don't know if you can show any of this, but if you look down the line of the pin, there's a swale and I'm gonna have to aim a good 2 feet left of it, which might preclude it from being on the right line. Because if you go like maybe a foot right of the straight line to the flag here, there's a big swale. You'll end up in that little gully. We might make this one too, Jen. Ring it up. No, stop, stop. A little too firm. All right, so we ran that by way too far, not on purpose. I got a little too cocky with the putter. I jabbed that one. I don't know how I pushed it that far off. All right, so we made a bogey with the ball that we were playing with the wrong alignment strategy. We made a birdie again with the correct alignment strategy. I hope you can see here the 5 brutal truths is just playing smarter, not dumb. So put these things into your game. You'll lower your scores. If you want to break 100, 90, 80, whatever it is, these will help you out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, all that other good stuff. If there's anything you'd like us to do on the channel, let us know. We're down to hear it, down to do it. See you in the next one.